Good morning. How's everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Live with Gabi Natale. Today we are implementing a plan B from the backyard because I don't have electricity today. So I'm kind of figuring out how to do the live stream from a place that doesn't look like I'm inside some kind of cave. Buenos días para todos. How are you doing? I'm gonna take like every day just a little moment to say hello to everybody. This is simulcast in different platforms, so I always like to take a minute to say hello to each one of the platforms. Hello to everyone on Facebook. Hello to everyone on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Periscope. I think I have mentioned all the different platforms. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? It's very accurate. I think that out of all the days that we are talking about, plan Bs and how to implement things from home, today's topic is going to be how to develop some strategies that will help you move forward in your career from home. And I was thinking when I was preparing this segment, we have to be so ready for all the plan Bs because this year all our plan A's from this year are probably gone. Most of us didn't think that this was the way this year was gonna go. So, how perfect that today that we're talking about strategies, plan Bs, and how to implement those strategies from home. I don't have any more electricity, so I hope I don't have a cafecito. I don't have anything. So I hope in a while it's gonna come back and I can get my breakfast, my toast, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of tea or anything. So, bien, buenos días. I'm starting to read you. Siempre hermosa, linda amiga. Saludos hermosa. Felicitaciones. Good morning, Gaby. Good morning, Catalina. And Jose Hector Silva is saying good morning, Jose Hector Silva. How are you all this morning? Today we have a very special topic that we're going to discuss. And that topic is about career building strategies that you can implement from home. And hopefully, you can implement from home with electricity, not like me this morning. That I'm lucky that I had a lot of battery on my phone, and I always have in my house like an extra battery that I charge. So if anything happens and I run out of battery, I always have this one. And this morning it came out really, really handy because, as you can see, we had to improvise a little bit without having electricity. So Lisbeth Ceballos is saying, "Buen días, good morning from Dallas," and Teo Rodriguez Salazar, good morning to everyone from Mexico. Teo, hello, ¿cómo estás desde México? Ok, buenos días, es Liliana Ospina. Good morning, Liliana. If you see me here, it's because I don't have electricity in my home. So we're improvising this. So let me see. Let's talk a little bit about what's going to be the topic of today before we start the opening credits. Today we're going to talk about where so many of us are working from home. Things are different, dynamics are different, but we still want to find ways to move forward. We still want to find ways that we can make the most use of our time. So that's why I thought that today we could discuss career building strategies that you can implement from home. And if you have your own strategies, feel free to share them. Things that have worked for you, feel free to share them. Let me see. Hola desde Nebraska, says Yuridia. Hola, how are you doing? Linda Lemos says, I love the background. Linda, I don't have electricity in my home. If I do it from my home right now, it looks like I'm from some kind of cave, that I'm hiding or that I have been kidnapped or anything like that. And yes, fall is all over. I have a lot of leaves all around. Uh, Gabriel Cárdenas from Facebook is saying from Tampa, good morning, Gaby. Good morning, Gabriel. Buenos días. Okay. Okay, there we go. So today's topic is going to be career strategies, career building strategies that you can implement from home. And if you have some best practices that you want to share with the rest of this community, that you want to share with the rest of the group, something that has helped you. We've been in quarantine, so many of us are working from home, many of us for quite a while right now. So if you have any winning strategy that you want to share with the rest, something that has worked for you, feel free to share it in the comments. So we're going to start like every day our live with Gabi Natale. It says from the closet, but by now you know it could be from wherever. Today from the backyard because there's no electricity. So today we're going to start with our opening credits that last 20 seconds right now.
There has never been a better time to be a pioneer than right now.
Diversity is beautiful. Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. As you know, today's topic is going to be career strategies, career building strategies that you can implement from home. And as I said, feel free to share your own strategies if you have winning strategies, something that has helped you during this time, I don't know, 8 months, 7 months that we've been working from home or in quarantine, many of us. So if you have some tricks, feel free to share them. First one that I would like to share is, communication is very different in person than working from home. So I believe one of the best things that we can do, whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are working for a company, is to be very strategic, very mindful, very tactical, intentional on how you communicate. And how you communicate, there's two or three aspects that I want to touch on regarding communication. The first one has to do with how. How meaning the medium. Are you going to communicate, or that do your customers, your employees, or your boss, do they prefer that you communicate? How? Is it by email? Is it by Slack? Is it by some kind of platform? Is it by text message? How are these people you need to communicate to make your career or your business grow want to be contacted? And that is very important. The first one is the how. One. The second one, hello, hello, hello. There we go. Can you see me? Can you hear me? There we go. I'm back. There we go. Well, today is a day with a lot of challenges. There's no electricity, and I'm using the phone with a battery, and the camera is not cooperating. So hang in there with me. We're going to make it work. But there's lots of extra challenges today. So we were talking about communication strategies. The first one is how they want to be contacted, whether it's your boss, your employees, or your clients. The second one is frequency. And frequency is so important because so many times we love a product, we love a service, or we we have a good connection with somebody, or we appreciate somebody from work, but the frequency that they are using to communicate with us, it's like they are bombarding us. And so you can very easily turn somebody off, or turn a client off, or a boss or an employee off, if you don't have the right frequency in the communication. So when we're talking about communication, it's not just the how, it's also the frequency. So make sure you check with whoever you have to contact, like, how do you want to be contacted? What is the media of your preference? Do you want to receive a phone call? Do you want to receive an email? Do you want to receive a text message? Is it maybe more of a casual approach? And also, what is the preferred frequency of that person or of that client? Because you want to be in their minds as frequently as to be top of mind, but at the same time you don't want to be there as frequently as to be perceived as somebody who is stealing their time, as somebody who is being too pushy, because that's also going to hurt your opportunities with that client or with that person or with that colleague. So it's a very delicate balance, and this balance is different for each person, and this balance is different for each relationship. But we all have to be mindful about how we communicate. So it's the how and it's the frequency. You also have to think about the tone. We're all going through very special circumstances right now during the pandemic. We're all going through a lot of transitions. So when in doubt, please choose an empathetic tone, because you don't know what battles the other person is going through. We don't know what circumstances the person on the other end is going through. So that's one of the strategies. The second one, something that we can do from home right here, right now, and many times with zero money, is to expand our skills. Some people are, you know, some people are feeling like they don't have any time right now because they are being their kids tutors, because they are doing a lot of extra work compared to their life before. Some other people are going through a different situation where they had a big commute. Maybe they don't have kids, or their kids are, older, or their kids don't need special assistance. So what they are finding is that they have one or sometimes 2 extra hours every day. So make the most of that time. If you feel like it, and there's always been something that you wanted to learn, or there's always been a skill you wanted to acquire, this is the time, because this pandemic is not going to be permanent. It's going to be temporary. And with everything disadvantage, with all the disadvantages and with all the things that brought to our lives that we didn't want it, for some people it brought the fact that there's no commute to the office, so they do have some extra time that they could be using to expand their skills. I feel very strongly that this time that we're living right now is a time where we are planting seeds, where, like these flowers that I have right here. It's a time where we're planting seeds for our next chapter, for the new normal, for the new reality. So a great way always to plant seeds, whether it is in a sanitary crisis or an economic crisis, or any global crisis that we are facing, is to expand what you know, expand your toolkit. Because when these things change and when we transition to a new chapter, that is something nobody can take away from you. So expand your skills. That's definitely something that makes a lot of sense to do. I'm reading you. Catalina is saying, estás muy bonito afuera. Las hojas y tus rosales se ven hermosos. She's liking the backyard. Bellezas naturales. Yes, this is like a mini oasis that I like. Jorge is sharing his own winning strategy. Thank you, Jorge, for sharing. He's saying MAR, mindset, alignment, relationship. I love it. MAR, mindset, alignment, relationship. This mindset strategy has saved me. Yes, mindset is everything. Mindset is so important right now. He's saying, abrazo tote, Gaby, abrazo, Jorge. Liliana, I hear you. It's all good. Yes, empathetic tone. Absolutely. We don't know whose fights other people are fighting. We're all going through something, and we don't know the person we are contacting, what they are going through. Now, career strategy number 3 that you can do from home, and this is something that might be a little bit going beyond your comfort zone if you are more on the shy side. But I do absolutely believe that right now it's a wonderful time to maximize your exposure. You can knock on doors of media outlets. You can knock on doors of nonprofit organizations. You can knock on doors that usually would be either closed or usually would be harder to get into. But now so many organizations are feeling overwhelmed. They are understaffed. They have a lot of work to do. So whether it is through volunteering and getting your step in the door of an organization that you want to have a relationship with, or that you want as a future employer, um, or whether it is to we did a whole segment not long ago on how to have your business or your service featured in media. This is a wonderful time when you have to think about the possibilities, the opportunities. Right now, it doesn't matter if it's a media that is based in New York or it's in your local town or where you're based. Right now, you can literally do media with whatever media outlet. You can do an interview, you can do a segment, you can pitch a story, you can pitch an idea to any media in the country or in the world. And it doesn't really matter that much that you're based in that city, because even if you were based in that city, more than likely you will be doing your segment by Zoom. So out of all the negatives, there's always a silver lining. That is one of the silver lining or advantages that we can see in this situation. If you're looking for exposure, you can maximize your exposure and you can reach media outlets that are not maybe in your geographic zone, but that they are going to be open to have you as an expert, or to feature products or services that you offer, just because they're understaffed. Of course, you have to present an appealing pitch. Of course, one of the strategies that I always suggest for people who want media exposure is to insert yourself in the larger discussion, in the larger narrative. So a few weeks ago, I would tell you, it's maybe the elections. Now it's also the elections, but you know that the holiday season is around the corner. So there, how many media outlets are looking for ideas for recipes or tips or any kind of advice that is around the festivities that are coming, that is around the holiday season. So that is something that you can play to your advantage. Maximize your exposure. And then something that is very important, there's a lot of anxiety right now in the air. There's a lot of feeling that we don't still have a perfectly clear roadmap when it comes to the to the pandemic, when it comes to so many things. So you have to take your breaks, you have to make your pauses, you have to refuel and recharge to be able to keep moving. And one thing that I believe it's very important is that we have to remind ourselves that it is okay not to have all the answers right now. It is okay to feel lost. It is okay to try things. Maybe they don't work and then you try something new. It is okay to go through all of this because we are living through oops, look at this. The phone is falling. The electricity is not here. We have to improvise. It's all the time. It's plan Bs, trying new things, going with the flow. Rules may change and you have to play with different rules, the new situations. So this is a time where, if there's anything that we can learn, is how to be more flexible, because by being rigid, by sticking to what we have always done, we are not going to find the solutions or the answers that we need in this particular moment. So be flexible, have patience with yourself, know that it's okay not to have every single answer or every single strategy right here, right now. We all have to improvise because things are changing all the time, and we're here to play the long game. This is not about one day, this is not about 1 minute, this is not about 1 year, this is not about one season. We're here to play the long game, and the long game has its moments when you score, its moments when you feel defeated. It has all different moments, and the only thing that we can do is to make the most out of them. But first of all, accept them. We cannot be still angry. We have to find a way to make some sense of what is going on, and try to be flexible with the different options that we have ahead of us. So, people, this is gonna be it for today. Almost 20 minutes connecting, but this is our own personal oasis, our own moment when we take a moment, we set our intentions, we think about how we want to start this day, how we want to think about and visualize whatever projects we're working on. And I love it that we're doing it together. So make the most out of your day, make the most out of your time. Think that we're still living in a place and in a world filled with possibilities. We're still living in a world imperfect, but still filled with possibilities, and that wonderful things can happen even in difficult times. As I always tell you every day when we finish our segment, when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. So go do the most that you can with your day. You know, good morning, the best day. The game is not over. They're saying yes. Catalina is saying yes, the ABCs is long, so there will always be many options. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, the alphabet. The alphabet is long, so we have a lot of options. And Lisbeth is saying growing mindset learning is most critical even during normal times. Absolutely, keeps you relevant. There we go. So thank you guys for all your own also positivity fits me. This is a moment from my day that I truly enjoy. I enjoy it a lot. So I'm very happy to be here. So make the most out of your day. Have a wonderful day. Tomorrow, I'm going to be recording something that is going to air next week that is very special. So I'm not going to be here, but also it's a holiday. So take the day off, relax, recharge those who can. And I'm going to see you here on Thursday. Besitos para todos. See you on Thursday.